Hey everybody, Andy Doutrick here with Centennial Lending Group, and today I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about the housing market, obviously, and what you're seeing in terms of prices and why these prices are going up and what we can start to expect as we move into the summertime months. A lot of people are comparing what we're seeing with housing prices going up right now to what happened back in 2008 and 2009. The similarities between the increase in prices are very, very real. We're seeing, properties sell for 5, 10, 15, 20% over asking price. And a lot of people are starting to get concerned that these values are going to create a bubble, and we're going to see something similar to the crash that we had back in 2008 and 2009. Let me just explain a little bit about the difference between the mortgage market that we had in 2008 and 9 and the mortgage market that we have now. So back in 2008 and 2009, the running joke with some of the lenders that were trying to be responsible in their practices was that if you woke up in the morning and you could fog a mirror, you would get a mortgage. And to an extent, that was true because there were a lot of toxic loans that were available to borrowers that had no business being qualified for a loan. And those loans were originated by a lot of big banks that are now out of business. That entire bubble created an investigation process that went well into 2009 and 2010. And what we found was that as an industry, there were two things at play. First of all, loans being given to borrowers who had no way of paying those back by way of what we call no documentation loans, stated documentation loans or stated income loans, or limited documentation loans where you could verify income through bank accounts, bank statements, things of that nature, multiple borrowers on the same loan who had no indication that they were going to live in the property. So that was part of the puzzle. The other part of the puzzle that created the problem was appraiser interference and influence. So appraisers were being contacted directly by banks, asking them if they were able to create an appraisal that met the sale price that was on the agreement of sale. And if they said no, that appraiser was overlooked for the next appraiser who might be able to do it. Part of the firewall that was created to protect borrowers and lenders and appraisers and realtors was some legislation that prevented lenders from contacting appraisers directly and influencing the value that they would put on that home. That's created a real value on homes going forward. So the values that we're seeing on properties now are real, but they're based on supply and demand, and they're not necessarily based on borrowers' ability to qualify for a home that they wanted but shouldn't have had. So as we come into the summer months, I think you're going to see more homes come onto the market. But instead of seeing what we would have called a crash back in 2008 or 9, I think what you're going to see is a market correction. As we have more buyers come onto the market, along with more homes coming onto the market, it's going to be an equitable negotiation back and forth, meaning I don't believe the sellers are going to be able to drive the prices up, and I believe the buyers may have a little bit more influence over negotiating a fair price with the seller that doesn't go 5, 10, 15, 20% over asking, like they are now, rightfully so because of supply and demand. So stay tuned as we come into the summer months here. We'll have some additional information on this, but don't panic. Our industry has never been safer. 2008 and 2009 taught us exactly what was wrong with this part of our economy and how to fix it. We've got great appraisers, we've got great lenders, we've got great real estate agents that are all out there trying to protect the biggest part of our economy, which is the housing market. So if you have any questions, you can reach me at my website, www.andyloan.com. All my contact information is there, and looking forward to talking to you. Have a great day.